Hello and welcome back to episode 4 of Sea Hag Plays Pikmin. Last day we got 4 parts in Forest of Hope, one of my personal bests on this level. Now we will be heading off to the Forest Navel to hopefully get our 3rd Pikmin, Blue Pikmin, and a few extra parts in the meantime. I always find day 1 in a map the best thing to do is always do your prep, especially on this map, because on this map bombs are a lot trickier to find. So actually being able to get them to blow up these stone walls is a little bit tricky. So one of the things I will be doing is taking out basically an army of red, as many red as possible, because they are the strongest, to kind of sweep through, build a few things, and get us to some bomb rocks before I slam as many bomb rocks into these walls as possible. I usually take the last maybe third of the day when I come here to just get Blue Pikmin. They're super important. Obviously they're water resistant. I mean, I say that obviously, but we have red that are resistant to fire and yellow that are resistant to electricity. So it's, I think, only logical that the blues be resistant to water. There is an added secret skill to the blues where if you have idle blues near drowning reds and yellows, they will throw them to safety. So it's always useful to have a few extra blues if you are working around water hazards. Boom. Beautiful. Oh, God. The only problem with a group of Pikmin like this is you do kind of have to navigate all the ledges. Okay. Let's go down this way. So this guy, he will never hurt your Pikmin, but he does have a piece. He is a very gluttonous little bug, so the good thing about it is once you start beating up some bad guys in this, he actually will drag their either the pellets or their bodies back to its own nest. So an easy way to knock him out is you can drag the pellet he's attached to all the way back to your onion, and then it'll do obscene amounts of damage when it brings him up. It halves his health. So if you do it twice, you get the added body to boost your Pikmin as well as an extra part. And I think it is just a comfort part, but it is a part nonetheless to help towards the final level. And of course, getting off this planet. So we're about to actually start fighting our first elemental enemies, I'm going to call them. So see these lovely things. I think this is called a fiery blowhog. Because this one doesn't have the same Pikipedia as, it's kind of like a Pokedex of the Pikmin bad guys, like in Pikmin 2 and 3. I cannot remember their names, so if I butcher them, please feel free to correct them. But these lovely gentle folks, they actually have fire. So they will kill my yellow Pikmin far easier than red, because reds are fire resistant. So if you swarm them with some reds, they'll fling them, they'll come back, end them easily. There is one bad guy, though, in this area that I am very worried about and cautious about, always have been, is the Wallywogs. So they are those lovely little, I don't even want to call them little, frogs. They look like frogs. They're silvery. They jump up in the air, and they belly flop on your Legion of Pikmin and can wipe out almost the entire bunch in one go. They are still tricky even for more advanced players like myself, because they do just beeline for your Pikmin. Ow. There's a similar strategy I use to the Bulbaxes, is you gotta kind of swarm them right away to stop it from being able to jump, otherwise you will just lose everything. Now I am in a bit of a tricky spot here, because if that fiery blowhog turns just too much, I will have Pikmin being launched into the water, who then I will have to save, but fortunately we survived. Now I'm gonna go grab my yellows, since the fire hazards are gone, and we're gonna work on getting us some bomb rocks. So this is a bridge where we've got a little bit... I don't want to call it a puzzle because it's not much of a puzzle. It's essentially just throw your Pikmin far enough that they're actually able to get to the bridge. To start the bridge, it's really easy to start with the yellows just because you can get that extra distance. But the reds will eventually join. So this game is very much about multitasking. So here is where I'm really going to first start to multitask. So we have the spring, gravity jumper. By manipulating the forces of gravity, this key component gives me the final boost I need to make the jump to super light speed. Good thing I found it. So I want to use my reds as much as possible to load up on this. And then they'll take that back. Ah, here's a good chance. We're going to find out what he's going to grab. Okay. Ooh, fortunately he grabbed something easy. So I throw 2 on there. They will drag him back to the onion. Again, it will not kill him the first time. But if luck is with me this round, it will come back for something else, and I'll be able to knock out that piece. So I've kept all my yellows because back here, and as you can tell, it's so much more difficult than in the previous level to get bomb rocks. So back here is one of the 2 or 3 spots on the map that you can get bomb rocks. In my opinion, this is the most easily accessible because it involves the least water hazards to work around with your yellow Pikmin. It also gives you more than the other spot, if I am not mistaken. Boom. Amazing. So like I said, there are a lot of bomb rocks in that one. So, with my new army of bomb rock Pikmin, I must select which doors to blow up. Now, because we have these bridges, that door is a little bit obsolete. Ooh, okay. So here's this guy. See how little health he has? Something I can do, if I get it right without throwing any bomb Pikmin. Ah, damn. No, it's not going to work. Okay. Alright, we're just going to do this. This will get us another piece. I want more pieces. Grab that, they'll bring it back. Okay, let's go, buddies. So that'll knock him unconscious at the base, giving us an extra thing. Extra piece, should I say. And I believe it's my inner tube. So that'll put us at a 2-piece day, potentially, which is very, very important to me. As it keeps us ahead of the curve. So in the interest of getting some things more accessible, I believe this is a 3-bomb wall. Ooh, it's a 6-bomb wall. So I throw 3. Another 3 should do it. One more. Now, it does put me in a little bit of a tricky spot because I have so few. I know that I cannot take out this big, the black wall right here, this game, or this day. But what I can is put a big dent in it. Put a big dent in it. Oh, shit. Oh, they just died real hard. And I threw a couple. Nope. let's just get you back here. I'm going to just resplit these up, because this is putting me in a position where I am just going to die. There are more bomb rocks in this level. However, here we go. However, my issue with that is that I do also need to get my blue Pikmin, and at least get a few blue Pikmin in the game ready to go, because I will need them next level. So I'm kind of expecting that to be all of the Pikmin I'm going to get today, or all of the parts I'm going to get today, because I do want to focus on, I don't have much of a day left getting those Pikmin. But one thing that I will be doing is I'm going to put some Pikmin back in, so that when I go get my blue Pikmin, I will not have to pluck everything. Because I don't think there's any pellets bigger than 10 early in the game, like early into having the blue Pikmin, I mean. So I should be able to get a small little fleet to bring with me into the next level. So because there isn't a ton left to do in the day here other than the blue Pikmin, I will be cutting this video for YouTube. So please stay tuned for a quick jump to the end of the day. For those of you who are watching this live, I have just gotten my blue Pikmin. I've already cooked the 2 parts for the day, so I'm up a part, which is pretty fun. And I'm just going to be working on slamming out a few more blue Pikmin by end of day before going back to really farm some Pikmin. Why change the area, though? What do you mean by why change the area? Oh, yes, I have all the colors, but I don't have a ton of them. So I only have 130 total Pikmin right now. So one thing I want to do is go back to the very first level, because there's a trick that some people don't know about, where the first level actually gives you a crap ton of Pikmin, and there is one more part to grab. So I'm going to go back, grab the last and only part remaining in the first level, and then get some pearls, which give me, I think, 50 to 70 Pikmin per pearl. And I use that to basically give me almost 100 Pikmin of each before moving on, and it just keeps my Pikmin numbers high. I really don't need more than 16 or so right now before I end the day. For me, yeah, was it Bimbilibim? Bimbilimbim. Oh, I like that name. It's fun to say. For me, I find most people who play Pikmin, they get worried about the number of Pikmin they have, and that usually leaves them shortchanged in the long run. For me, I don't need all those Pikmin, but what I don't like doing is having a bunch of Pikmin that then die, perhaps, and then I have to go and waste more time building up the Pikmin that are dead. So I would much rather do that kind of initially at the beginning, so I don't even have to worry about farming any Pikmin anymore. Oh yeah, exactly. I just want to cover my own butt so that if I accidentally blow them up with a misplaced bomb rock, that I still have backup for that. Because I definitely have before now. This is at least maybe my 10th time at least playing Pikmin. So for me, I would much rather just have that extra cushion. Yeah, exactly. Suffers the usual curse of old games. It's so true. It's so true. Well, thank you for tuning into this episode, episode 4 of Sea Hag Plays Pikmin. Tune in for future episodes. Please like and subscribe below, and